Hello, this is Amazon Consulting Experts, and welcome to the Private Label series. In this video, we will discuss different types of promotions and ads. So let's get started. Why run ads? This will help bring traffic to your products. It can help with your product rankings, makes your product more visible, can boost and drive traffic to your promotions. So when you start out with a private label product, it's brand new on the scene. So you want to make sure that you do the necessary things like run ads so that it has more visibility and people become more familiar with it. Running ads on Amazon is kind of like running commercials on TV. If you see something on TV, you get a little bit curious about it and it prompts you to go to the store and buy it. So running ads can be a very important feature. Promotions. Promotions can be used to incentivize people to use your product. Can create product exclusivity if promoted on a website or social media. When you're running these promotions, you can create a tier system, meaning if someone buys one, they might get 10% off. If they buy two, they might get 15% off, and so forth and so on. There are several types of promotions that you can run on Amazon. You can do a free shipping, a percentage off, buy one, get one, external benefits, and a giveaway. So with free shipping, that is only available if you're not using FBA. With a percentage off, you would tell the customer that they get a certain percentage off if they buy a certain quantity of the product. The same with buy one, get one. So you can do buy one, get one, buy two, get one, so forth and so on, any kind of combination that you want. External benefits is if you have a kind of reward system on your website. So if they buy a product, they get a certain amount of points. You can set that up in Seller Central. And then the other form is giveaway. And that you have to enable in your Seller Central account for it to be enabled. So I'm going to do a screen share on what promotions look like and how you can get started using one. Once you're in your Seller Central account, you'll go to Advertising and then Promotions. And then you'll be able to see all of the different ones that are available. For this demonstration, I'm going to show you how the percentage off option works, and then the other options are pretty much the same as this one. So after I've selected it, it'll ask at least this quantity of items, so the buyer purchases, and then I can change that around. The purchased item, so you can select an item from your catalog. The buyer gets percentage off, so you can put that in here. Applies to purchased item or qualifying item. So you have purchased item or qualifying item. So they can either get this 10% off of the item they purchased or some other item that qualifies them for that discount. In the advanced options, you can set up the tier system that I discussed a little bit earlier. So if the buyer purchases at least this quantity of items, the buyer gets percentage off. So you can set that up and add different tiers if you would like. You can also exclude items that you don't want to be in that percentage off. You can do a start date and an end date, an internal description, and this is just for when you're viewing this later on, a tracking ID, and then the claim code. This is going to be important. Your single-use claim code, so this is only going to be used once, or group, and this can be used multiple times and it can run your inventory out. So you might want to do single use, so that way you know your products won't be sold out quickly. You can also limit what is available in your inventory settings. So for the claim code type, you have single use, group, and none. If you do a single use, you're not able to put in a claim code. If you do a group, you're able to suggest a code and then give that out on your social media outlets. But just remember that if you do give it out, you can run out of inventory if it's claimed. So you want to make sure that you adjust your inventory levels so that you don't run out of product while you're running this promotion. And then after you've set this up, you can do preferential, unrestricted, or exclusive. And then you can customize the messaging that goes along with your discount. If you don't want to, you can just leave that alone and it'll set to a default. After you're done, you go to review and finalize anything that needs to be finalized. Make sure that it looks good, and then it'll be live. The next thing that we're going to talk about are ads. They can be automatic or manual, meaning for an automatic campaign, you select the product that you want to run the campaign for, and Amazon will select the keywords that it will run for that ad. For a manual campaign, you will select your own keywords and bid on those keywords, and as the customer searches for those keywords and clicks on your product, you'll be charged for that keyword. These are also known as pay-per-click advertising. So each time someone clicks on your ad, you have to pay for that click. When you're setting up ads, it's important to know about keywords. Especially if you're doing your own or your manual campaign, you'll need to be familiar with the definitions and the terms that they use. So for a broad keyword, you can put in oven mitt. And then if it says blue oven mitt or blue oven mitt large, any kind of combination of that term oven mitt will fit that match for that broad keyword type. Even if there's something in between oven and mitt, it will still hit for that keyword. If you do phrase, it has to be that exact phrase. So if I say oven mitt, it will hit for things before and after oven mitt, but not in between oven and mitt. For exact, it has to be oven mitt and that's it. It won't hit for anything before, after, or in between. So sometimes people will go with broad because it'll hit a little bit more, and then they might put in restrictions on what they don't want to hit for. Running an automatic campaign can help you get keywords for a manual campaign. So if you have no idea where to start with keywords, then running an automatic ad and then getting the report for those keywords might be a good way to help you get set up for a manual campaign. There's also another video in this series that talks about how to find keywords. Ads can also be used to drive traffic to your promotions. So when you set up a promotion, it doesn't necessarily also drive traffic to that promotion. You will be responsible for getting people to come to that promotion. Running ads can be a great way to do that. To get to ad campaigns, you'll go to advertising and then campaign manager. It will take you to a page that has all of your previous ads. What you're going to do is then go to create campaign. So setting up a campaign is extremely easy. So you'll give the campaign a name. So I'll say test just for this example. A daily budget. $10 is usually a good place to start. You can always go back in and adjust this as necessary. Start date and an end date. And then select the targeting type. So you can do automatic or manual. Because automatic already selects the keywords for you, I'm going to show you what a manual campaign looks like. So you can give the ad group a name, and then it'll say choose products to advertise. So you can search by product name, by SKU, by ASIN, and it will pull up those products in your inventory. So if I typed in by name and then search for Nike, and then we have a lot of products, so it might take a little bit. It will pull up all of the Nike products that are available in my inventory, and then I can select which one I want to run an ad for. It will tell you if it's ineligible and then give you some details on that. So once you select the product, you will set a bid for the keywords, and you can always go back and change this. You can make it a certain price based on the actual keyword, but as of right now, we're just going to set it for all of the groups. And then any keywords that I find, I will put them into this box separated by a comma, and then I would go to save and finish, and then this ad campaign would be live. And since I didn't run one, I'm going to actually show you some that we have run in the past. So this is an automatic campaign that we ran for bathing suits. It'll tell you if it's running, if it's ineligible, SKU, the ASIN, the impressions, so the number of times that it was clicked on. So it'll show you the impressions or the number of times that your ads were displayed. It will show you how many times it was clicked on, how much you spent on those clicks, the number of orders that came from those clicks, the sales you made from those clicks, and then the advertising cost of sales. And you get that by dividing your total spend by your total sales and then multiplying it by 100. So this is good when you're factoring in your cost of goods and then your fees. You want to make sure that this advertising cost isn't eating into your profits. So you can look here to see what the keywords are. You can get a report on it. And then these are just the settings. This is the bid per keyword. Now for a manual campaign, you have your keywords, and this is a campaign that's ended, but it will give you a suggested bid for each keyword. You can then change it and apply it. And here's the bid. It says that most ads are winning auctions at bids between this price. So if you're a little bit over this price, then you're going to be in a good chance or in a good position to win that bid. And here the information is the same. So it's fine to select keywords and select a cost and then readjust that cost after you have this information. You can also put in negative keywords. So if there are keywords that you don't want to risk being charged for, you can put those in here. So if someone clicks on it, you won't be charged for those keywords that have nothing to do with your actual product. If you go back to the all campaigns under the campaign manager and then to this page and then go to bulk operations, you can download a report within whatever range you're looking for within the last 60 days and download that file, and you can get some detailed data that you can use to help you make decisions on how you want to adjust your ads so that you're getting the most profitability from them. You can also go into reports and go into advertising reports, and there's a ton of useful reports in there that will also help you decide how your ads are targeting and where you're spending your money. Another type of promotion that you can run is called a lightning deal. These are limited time price drops on your product. It gives a sense of urgency to get that product before that price of the deal goes back to the normal price. It can draw first-time customers back to your product. So if they see this lightning deal and they're interested in trying it because the price has dropped and they try the product and like it, they may be willing to come back and pay full price for it. So it's a good way to get people into your product. There is a cost to run the deals, and you must have a certain number of products in stock. So for example, at the moment, the cost to run a lightning deal is $150. And depending on what the product is, the inventory levels can be 20 to 100 and higher than that actually. So it's important to take into account what that required quantity is before you can run the lightning deal. To get to lightning deals, you'll go to advertising and then lightning deals. It will bring you to the lightning deals dashboard. It will give you a couple of recommendations on anything that you have in stock that may be available to have a lightning deal on. And then it will also give you the minimum deal quantity. So that way you can see if you have enough in stock to run a lightning deal. You can also go to upcoming and active. Once you have a product that you would like to start a lightning deal, it'll take you through the steps that you need to get the lightning deal going. So setting your price for the deal, the schedule for the deal, and the quantity. So what are some things to remember about ads? If you register your brand, you can take part in the early reviewer program, which is about $60, and it's Amazon's way of trying to help you generate reviews for your product if it's a newer product. If you have a trademarked brand, that will open up some more advertising avenues for your brand. So if Amazon sees that your brand is trademarked and there won't be any issues with competition or legal claims, there's a little bit more features that you can take advantage of through their advertising program. And most importantly, keep an eye on your advertising so that you can make sure that it's effective. Different things change, so you want to make sure that you're not overpaying for ads, or that you have a keyword that is not yielding the results that you want. So you're spending a lot of money and it's not converting to sales, that the keywords are still effective. So you want to make sure that any advertising you do, that you're running reports and checking them to make sure that they're still bringing you money and not costing you money. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you in the next video in the series.